Existence Galaxy continuing their tear here through DreamHack Winter 2018, taking a map off of compLexity, a map that they saw them win earlier today, but also a map we know compLexity are no slouches on long.
Not at all, and you know what? I thought that Existence would win Nuke,
yeah,
but now I feel like they're going to win Inferno, Connor.
You think?
I don't know. I mean, I think there is hope, I feel like. They just, Inferno's simple enough,
yeah.
They're playing well enough, compLexity look a little shaky. I think there's a chance.
I think there's a chance just because of that shakiness, right? The slump exists. There's no denying it. But I think that, you know, there's a new depth to this slump if compLexity failed to win on a map like Inferno. Because when we saw them reach their highest peaks, it was very much on this map, right? They progressed through the earlier stages of the major in that miraculous run.
For sure.
And now, you know, that's kind of been their bread and butter. Like the BO3 is where compLexity tend to always get at least one map because they get to end up here.
Yeah.
So yes, Existence looked promising. Yes, the individual level was there.
Yeah.
And they seem very competent on Nuke, which is nice to see. They're challenging, again, what was a top 8 major contender. So will they win Inferno? I don't think so. Yeah. But I wouldn't be all too shocked if we see them actually test compLexity and really take this the distance.
Yeah, you know, it's just the problem of having your best map be Inferno or Mirage or it's just that
it's everyone's map.
Yeah, everyone's so good. Everyone's so good at it. There's so many resources to learn. There's like a, you know, if you watch a couple of Astralis, MIBR, like you can watch all these demos, pick something you like, and you've already probably played it so many times in scrims that I don't know if Existence have an Inferno to begin with, so, you know, maybe it's something they like to avoid. But you see, even among top teams, like Mousesports is one of the most played maps, and I think they have a losing percentage on it in the last, you know, 3 months. So it's just like, Inferno's a map where people really feel comfortable on, sometimes a bit too comfortable, and it's more so, and less so a worry about the map itself, more so a worry about compLexity at the moment. The complexion of compLexity, the depth of compLexity. It feels like they're missing something at the moment, and I honestly think it's just a little bit of fire. Like, where's Rambo? You know, where's Rambo patting him on the shoulder, slapping him on the head?
We need Jason Lake.
Jason Lake, yeah.
Kick some chairs.
Yeah, sub him out, throw some chairs.
Get him in here.
Come on, let's get excited. I feel like that's a big thing.
I mean, that excitement, that fire, that explosiveness, I think that's something that's actually not in compLexity's Nuke play. We talked about how slow they go, the executes, they're late, they're calculated, but maybe at times over-calculated.
Sure, okay.
You know, let's get wild, let's get loose, let's throw some Hail Marys here on the A
side. Folks.
Yeah, smokes up and over. We've got the USP tapping away from Knock.
Ooh,
hello.
Okay.
He's dropped himself the bomb. That makes things come to a grueling halt and a grueling pistol round for compLexity. He's nabbed himself a second. Def over towards the B site, tries to find some sort of footing. This is pretty much a ruse. He's pulling a rotate, trying to find a way to slip in and get that bomb, because it now falls on Stanislaw. Oh my God.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Knock getting a 2K.
Existence Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy.
This is good.
Guardians of the A site. So smooth, buttery smooth here on Arch. And I mean, at that point, compLexity are just coming in, you know, limping, shambling forward.
Anti-eco out the gate. A strong CT pistol round for Existence Galaxy. Initial nade going down, just going through the usual motions, making sure that nobody can bust up mid too quickly, or that if they do, they come out hurt. Now for compLexity, they've only got Glocks, full intention to try to buy next round, and they don't want to take grenades out of that round by upgrading too many pistols this time around. But there's always an argument to try to get a P250 because a Glock is that bad at times. But Barbar will be happy to see him. Knock as well. It looked so good last round. It's going to be a pillar of their CT side if he can lock down Arch. And is this what a run boost setup with a Glock? Definitely like to see it. Interesting.
Chuck him over. Launch him. Gotta be careful. Def fighting off more than he could chew. Then that play towards Arch does work out, but it's the pinch with Banana that doesn't seem to be netting them all the success they would hope for, and Zinkin already giving hot chase to the players towards spawn. So Android alone. He's got the bomb, but not much more than that. It's a nice, smooth conversion. Yo, Paul is here.
You can't see it, but he is here. Maybe he'll go on the stage or something like that.
I'd hope so.
Paula might make an appearance.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Sorry, I looked up.
Yeah.
You know, I'm expecting one of the usuals.
He wasn't supposed to be here. So
He's not.
Yeah.
What a treat.
What a treat.
All right, back to business.
Let's get focused.
I'm sorry, you just disrupted
It's just Paula, okay? It's just a giant YouTuber.
For the first time, Paula, Belay, and Launders are all at the same event.
Right, the 3 top Counter-Strike Brown talent.
What about, yeah.
And Valence has been on the desk too, but he's not top 3 yet.
Who's he surpassed first? You?
Who's he surpassed? Paula.
Yeah, who's on the chopping block?
Paula's like 3rd by a long shot. So he's top 3, but it's only because there's 3.
Mohan, there's no kills yet in this gun round. None at all. Shazam's lucky to be alive, and the utility's dwindling.
Its existence are very far back on CT side. They have no idea what's going on. There is no rotation they can make without gambling. Yeah, a couple of flashes come out of A, but that doesn't actually tell them anything. This could still be a B play for all they know. So they're going to take a bit of a risk, and this is something teams will do. But as we can see, compLexity have made presence, and it might have been deliberate. They're going to throw a smoke as they fade back into a banana play, and there's one player who is holding the baton on the rotate, and he's 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out. Barbar here is trying to support A, and all the while there'll be a split.
Ooh, nice hot flash. That sets up Zinkin nicely, and already we have Barbar in position to cut off the second head of the snake. It was meant to be the banana split, but they've spilled their beans all over the bomb site. Shazam denied anything further. 5 guys alive in the gun round of all places.
I want to say they overplayed it. They had a really good round there. They got everything they wanted out of it, but instead of what's funny is that they strengthened Arch, right? They strengthened Arch in response to the nades that compLexity threw, and then compLexity gave them 2 kills. If compLexity had just spent a little bit of presence at A, realized Existence were not even spotting anything, could have gone back to a B play, it would be very unlikely that Existence have 3 in the site on that amount of information, and then they could have just taken B. But I think in their eyes, that was kind of a gamble. Maybe they were just reading too heavily into it. There's a number of things that could have come into play. Maybe they got some false information. I don't know, but I personally think that either site would have worked. The split was probably the worst of the 3 options.
Yeah, I would mirror that sentiment.
But now that they know, I guess that's and something does matter how the smokes were thrown. So if there was, I think the compLexity threw their own wrap smoke. So I think initially they wanted to try to fake A with 2 players and lock out somebody on a CT rotate. So maybe if the flash didn't come out, they would have just tried to wrap the entire way around and use that as a fake. But still, 5 straight up probably would have been a lot safer, considering how passively Existence were playing.
Just floating back and forth as Knock, toppling these Ts as they try to creep inwards, and Batten's ready for another one. Just the head emerges, and now it confirms that the bomb's here too. So Zinkin comes from Graveyard, and it is yet another clean sweep. This is a scary situation. When you start affording your opponent a 4-0, 5-0 lead, on top of not getting kills now for 2 rounds at least.
That's the big thing.
Oh boy.
Because we've only seen 1 rifle, so you've just got to take that as the only known quantity in terms of strong rounds where you've got everything that you need to make it as difficult as possible for your opponent to win. But then they don't get any of the economic damage in with the pistols, and that's going to count against them in the future. Aggressive play down banana, instant headshot on Stanislaw. Plopsy comes out ahead, only losing a smidgen of HP, but the trade through the smoke by Shazam, the collateral on banana, evens up and brings it back into their favor.
And it looks like they're going to play off it. Charging right away towards the B site. Knock attempts to get in position, and the bomb's still not here, so this does buy additional time for Existence to get ready. A pop flash that goes high, and Knock opts not to charge through it. But now there's smoke in the face of compLexity, and they have to come to this grinding halt, which is fine. A minute still to play.
Wow, it was kind of a late kind of panic smoke on banana to make up for what happened. Depth stays in a pretty important position, holding on to the map control that they initially wanted to take over and force Existence to seek out some information and then punish them for it. So the patient pays off.
Yeah, they squirm around the corners. They give themselves up one after another. So this is compLexity at least on the board. Batten with 10 10,000 fat ones in the bank.
10,000 big boys. They won this round because Shazam was able to trade with a collateral through a smoke with an op.
Yeah, that's not something you're going to be replicating anytime soon.
Stanislaw got smoked on the bottom of Banana. Instant one tap. It was a spray. First bullet killed, though. So from my perspective, Existence could have run that round one more time, and the majority of situations, that's all they would need. But we don't get to see what happens now. They lucked out a little bit, getting that free 2-piece.
Watch this. Hey, hey.
And they've got to take it and learn. I mean, it's a good lineup. He knows Banana, right? He knows exactly, like, roughly where one person might be. So it was good that he attempted it. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Michael Scott. My favorite Michael Scott quote.
You're Canadian. You have to give it to Wayne. The great Wayne. And a waning chance for compLexity now if they get reset. Dodging those frag grenades, not looking to get caught off by those quick frags as seen by Shazam, who really slammed them down last round. But again, I repeat myself, that's not something you're going to see anytime soon yet again. And if you do, that's compLexity's lucky day. The CT's more content with sitting back, and I think this goes back to how they were initially playing their setups. Think back to when we had these 3 players on A site floating confidently behind the bomb site. You know, they get crazy with that charge down Banana. They still established the 5v4, but they were caught on the retreat. If you never push forward, you don't have to retreat. So they're just content to sit back, relax, and hold compLexity back at this A site, which they look to sink their teeth into.
Yeah, it did work for them once. Double pit setup, though, could prove to be annoying.
Molotov down. Could prevent one piece of this push. Barbar with a couple kills, and Batten's going to go unchecked. Ooh. I mean, he could swing wide of the hay bales and just pummel these 2 players on the push. They may even line up for him. A taste of their own medicine. But Shazam holds it off a little bit longer. And while Def picks up one from above, it is the pit player to seal the deal. There's corpses piled on A site, and rounds piling up for Existence Galaxy.
Yeah,
here.
They're making some panic plays, and I could see another team abusing them quite well, but because compLexity aren't on point at the moment, I can understand why this is not working out so well. Barbar really picks up the slack with that 2-piece in a nice spray transfer. And here it is, Beaten making the important rotation. It looked a bit rushed, where he jumped into pit after taking some damage, but it actually helped draw attention away from his other teammate who was in pit, and they probably assumed that he was the one person that was meant to be there that couldn't get there in time. So once they got rid of his teammate, or they got rid of him, he could take over and get the 1 kill that he needed to get. So a good setup from Existence. They only had 3 people on the A side, so it was fine for a compLexity to try to go for a lane split. And maybe they wanted to try to abuse Arch there, but they could have had PTSD from the previous round where they attempted a split into B. compLexity have this one round. They have decided and kind of have been pushed into a force. And luckily they've got a couple of rifles. It's not the worst buy that you've ever seen, but one of the riflers now is already down to 11 HP.
Def.
It's the life of a B player. The life of a Banana player as a T.
The only man who's flexible enough to dodge those grenades is Frybert.
Their voice crack.
It's all day, man. All day. 24 years old, puberty, finally.
So, once again, I guess Existence got punished so hard for trying to seek out Banana Control that one time. Like, just the rest of the half, they're going to try to avoid it. I don't know. But this time, there's 3 players inside of B. Could be a good read. We see that there was a smoke to try to bait them into making this decision. compLexity trying to use it somewhat as a double fake, showing a tiny bit of presence toward A after throwing some of their standard smokes at B to try to maybe bait out a Molotov if Existence would oblige. And Existence, they're just going to sit on this. They've got an op. They've got a fast rotate, 2 dedicated site, and an op there on B. It should be a good round.
And a molly down at 25 seconds. So they'll have to extinguish the flames, but can they extinguish the threat? So far, yes. That is 2 free frags for the terrorists, and finally Barbar will respond off the sidearm. Bomb now planted. What's the play, Existence? Do you fancy your chances?
That looks like, wow, you know what? It's 3v4. They know it's probably some sort of force. There's incentive here to try to go for this. They even have some money left over, but it's a bit too late. They just want to try to hold for exits now. But because they had a player at the bottom of Banana, and then they had 2 players close to the retake on CT, if they got 1 more kill, they definitely would have gone for this, and they probably had a good chance of actually locking it down. They even have a Molotov and smoke to smoke 1 player out and burn 1 out of position or get the kill. So, you know, this round rested on a hair trigger.
Oh no. Android burnt to a crisp. Luckily Shazam at least keeps his op, so that's 2 survivors here for compLexity.
But these past 2 site holds, they've been shaky. Like, this one just fails straight up, but even on A in that previous round, they got caught out of position a little bit. They aren't trusting each other to watch position, so Existence, Galaxy right there, they had an Opper playing from Emo. When you saw him take that first shot and then swing super wide and get killed, that was not his duel to deal with the player in pool. There was 15 seconds left. There was going to be more than 1 player coming his way. All he needed to do was try to take the next shot on the next player who comes out. That player rifles him down because he goes out into the open to try to help his teammate out at Oranges. It's his teammate at Orange's job to get the player on pool. He gets the other player, and even if the Oranges guy dies, he can delay for time from Emo, but instead he throws that out the window. So they've got to be, and maybe that's the inexperience, but they've got to be a little bit more confident about their setups.
Starting to get reminiscent of the T side on Nuke from compLexity, I think, where they were just kind of at a loss straight out the gates. And then they were figuring things out.
They made it back into the half.
They have that composure. There's 15 rounds and a half, so let the first 5 slip, so what? compLexity now. They've bottomed out the coffers of Existence, and that's one of those things we were really trying to put some importance on because they had loads of cash so quickly established. 50 seconds and the A site near evacuated. It's only Nox op. But he maybe presented targets. You can see compLexity priming themselves for this arch wraparound, and Barbar comes here to bolster the defense. Oh, but he peeks right into the crosshair of Def, and poor Barbar smoked off. He'll find no assistance here at all. Tries to get the pepper damage down, but it's the bomb, in fact, that's down, planted within the A site.
Look, because they don't have any, they just haven't even attempted to rotate yet. They just are sitting in B. Didn't work on, like if they have banana control, they can go down banana for free, then test the waters, see if Barbar gets a kill. If they get the kill, they can make their way up mid. Maybe bomb goes down when they're at bracket with Barbar in library, then they can attempt to retake. But this is what you get when you don't get any information in the map control phase of the round. So now Existence are starting to slip up a little bit. They at least save 3, so they can just straight up try again. They're not going to have great guns on everybody, but they'll at least have nade sets on the few that can buy guns, and they have some rounds to lose, to learn with. You know, it's not a terrible spot. It's more so rough for compLexity. You're probably scratching their heads of the rounds they did lose already. But at least they get this. They keep 4 alive, which is good. Within 2 of tying up, they end that round with a bomb plant. So the stars might be aligning here for another recovery.
This one earlier than the last. Important for compLexity to shut down that momentum early on. And we're starting to get into the depths of a potential save for Existence. Luckily, by the time their money's gone, that full round loss bonus is going to be piling up.
Oh, they didn't even buy, huh? They just upgraded a little bit.
Oh no, Stan, same corner as last time we saw the banana charge. And they get away without being collateraled this time.
Yeah, 4-4. Do they recover a gun? I think they might have, yeah. So they at least recover the gun that I think was just lost on banana. Got 3 up, knock. Only man with a pistol. Not a terrible position. I'd be really worried if I was compLexity to have that have happened. But waiting Existence out is key. Because at some point they get scared. They don't really know how to do utility to try to retake top banana. We haven't seen that yet. We know they don't like taking risks that they don't have to. compLexity is going to factor these things in. Now with a full passive setup, it's going to come down to the aim.
That single Molotov on Android's not currently being primed, so it's not as though they're going to burn out the oranges where these 2 CTs do stand. They'll have the smoke to cover off cross. Batten should be nullified. But he's got the flash to help out his teammates. plopsky opts not to hold his ground. He falls downwards immediately, and that flash is fantastic. It blinds the first 2 players, and it's a 3K immediately for the defenders of this site. Sure, Shazam's got 2.
Oh, damn.
A dirty deagle opens up the site. He could just prioritize the plant, but it's a fake. He's a phony.
That's tough. You know, smokes start to dissipate. 2v1. No open plant without smokes down. They just tried to push right into him. But okay.
Done.
All right. We held our breath.
Yeah, we gave him the benefit of the doubt.
We saw that deagle shot. Solid hold. Barbar, plopsky, putting it together, covering each other with the perfect flashbangs, just as he pointed out. Everybody contributing in terms of frags, just going back and forth on the kill feed. Super well done. The setup looked fine, you know, and they even had a fast rotate from CT spawn. Said it was going to come down to aim. They delivered. They actually, and they used minimal utility to maximize their hold as well.
What's nice about that flash is that, you know, it comes at the perfect moment, but it comes once compLexity have already extended towards the barbecue side. You know, if that pops a little too soon, then it's not going to blind them at all, or they won't be caught in the open.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, small window of time is a good thing to point out.
They nailed it. What do they do off the back of it? We've yet to see them pushed back into the pistols.
I would really love to see x6tence try to retake Banana with a flash. They just haven't done it yet. compLexity are just going to get used to the fact that they're getting so much map control for free. So, my opinion, you either catch one person there, or nobody in this situation and pull off a fast flank, and then have them scared for the rest of the half. You know, to try to leave that much, like to leave top Banana completely unchecked.
I would not want to be these pit players. You have 0 support towards Arch, unless Nock can cut one down, but he's so completely countered by a smoke. But they don't throw one. It's an easy pickup versus Def. Batten now going to try to give cover, but he's caught out in the open, and Zinkin only clears 1 as the man falls down. He too dealt with as Stanislaw just creeps into the corner. This front runner for compLexity. And if he peeks out library door, he's finding 2 frags for the taking, unless they run away faster than he decides to go wide. Barbar firing off, pulls out the peak. And it's a man advantage established for x6tence Galaxy.
He doesn't even know that it came from library. He's assuming that Stanislaw had left here. And Nock, you know, just has him cut off anyways, but is not in particular trying to zone him out of the angle. Just keeping himself safe, making sure nobody can push through Arch to him. And, oh, whoa, he doesn't get a kill, and he might get traded out. Another player much closer to him, can't hit the wide flick, legs 1, and then he completes the frag. He's got another one in library, but that peek won't occur. Is the op gonna crouch peek into him scope? It does, yeah, he's got 2. That's not bad.
That's good work by Nock. I'm thinking once that leg shot connects, he's done for.
Yeah.
But a swift re-peek, and he takes it. Nice job by Stanislaw here, serving as an anchor inside library.
Yeah, he was so patient. I did think that the CTs were maybe going to get away, even if he played it a little bit too cautiously, but he played it perfectly and didn't have to make an extra footstep. Got a kill, stayed alive, didn't even give his position away. And yeah, so now x6tence are going to call the pause. And once again, I want to see them be a little bit proactive anywhere on the map. You know, even if it's out the gate or if it's later in the round with a retake. I think you totally catch compLexity off guard. But compLexity are doing everything right. You know, they're getting map control for free, so they're not wasting utility or leaving a player waiting for a push. If the push is not going to come, don't waste the manpower, right? Have them come with you to A. It's up to the other team to make you make that play.
And last round, I think, was one of the first where we see x6tence actually throw the top Banana smoke from inside B site. They didn't use the flashbang to follow suit and reestablish control, but at least they have that utility in their back pocket. So we'll see if they opt to get a little more aggressive with it next time, or just never give it up in general. I can't remember the last time we'd have Nock's op here in position, ready for the initial peek, but he's going to miss the shot because a blinding flashbang pushes him away, and then plopsky comes out from the corner. Nice control here from x6tence to get a 5v3. And it's going to keep going, so it seems. Except for Ye. He's answered back with a double frag of his own, and the bomb plant comes off his teammate.
It was a small fake, but with those 2 players getting killed, it leaves just 2 in the 2v3. A hard site to retake for sure, but Def is making sure not to rest on his laurels and tries to push up for a frag. You can't blame him for trying.
Ye's going to take a closer position too. Dangerous spot to find yourself in. This is committed. You need to have that element of surprise and then the rapid reaction to clear out all 3 of these CTs, but he's got the first 2 and the third. Oh, yay from the pit. Just mows them all down.
He's like, yeah, I used to do that. Oh my God.
Man, oh man. Barbar's reaction is perfect. What a shot from Ye. He sees just the clip of the leg.
That's ridiculous. And you have to hold it down. I mean, you've just got to believe in that moment, and he does pull it off.
Whew. And it pops them. Existence into pistols for the first time on Inferno.
Yeah, could have been a whole different game. You know, 7-4 with a complexity on the save. This is the exact same business that we saw. Actually, it was yesterday. It was Bravado who did that with a 1v3, I think, versus complexity, and then that forced them into a double save. Pretty similar fashion as well. A 1v4. It was a 1v4. Remember that on nuke on lower?
Sorry, did I just blink? That round's done.
Yeah, just a clean anti-eco.
Okay.
Fast.
But yes, it was on nuke lower floor.
Right.
You are correct, Mohan.
So that's good. We haven't seen Ye in a bit.
Yeah, and you know what?
In the first map, like 40, 50, 55 ADR, 40
he was coming into this
land.
series with mid-40s ADR.
So yeah, you know, that's a failing grade, right? You've got to be better than that.
And even on nuke at one point, when the rest of his team were in the teens, he only had 5 frags. But credit to him, he caught up to them.
Right.
You know, he had that momentous second half. He got back into the action, and that's what you like to see. You know, some players, if they have a slow start, they're out of the map. But obviously, you don't want things
those players
to
on your
crumble
team.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't have those players on your team.
We just want the creme de la creme. This is an awkward spot for the counter-terrorist to be in. No man's land for 2. Thinking, oh man, he's managed 3. There was 3 CTs,
Dude.
and only 1 gets kills.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, complexity almost certainly go A because, even though Existence have had like 3 full HP CT players on the site, when 1 dies, they just all die and get no kills. So they're lucky to even have that heroic play come out of Zinkin, because in these previous rounds, they've not even come close to getting more than 1 kill.
Scope should be heard, but what's Plopsy going to do about it? He already has sand peppering him back, preventing entry. Smoke fading now, but the time's so far gone that, no, there's no way Barbar has this. He ejects.
Yeah, he's just got to give that up. And we're going to have to pit save. Does Stanislaw die here? It's how much damage? Okay, no, he's close, but he's still good. So complexity do a good job to make a good call, I think, going to A, bullying Existence in a position where they have, you know, they have a certain level of comfortability with the site held down, the pit held down. But when somebody appears, all the CTs start roaming, they start peeking angles they probably shouldn't, and we're watching the one player who played his spot well, but everybody else either miss a shot or like jumps away into another line of sight, or they're trying to do too much themselves. Once again, they're not calling who is covering what choke point, what they can trust their teammates to do, and everybody, when they're trying to bite off more than they can chew, end up getting less than they would if they just simply held down 1 point of contact.
Just these pistols in the apps can be very dangerous, but the first 2 are cleared. Comes at a cost of health for Ye, but that's fine. 5 versus 3, and the single M4 has been taken back. Plopsky actually gets a chance to retrieve it, but they know this presence towards B, so Bomb immediately heads into the A site, understandably so.
Right.
And that's an 8th for complexity, unless Existence make a miracle.
And again, there's no reliance on rotations here. Everyone's too late. But complexity are trying to get ahead of that even. Stanislaw taking position on Banana. I think he knows that players are right around the corner as they maybe were hurt at half wall, potentially trying to peek quickly. Now one of them's moved over to Carr. Stanislaw abuses him instantly. Will call it to his teammates, potentially, that there is another person here. I don't know. And Plopsy's save could be critically important as they don't have a lot of money moving into round 15 of this half.
Complexity on Nuke managed to pick up 6 of the last 7 rounds.
Now
They're gunning for like 8 of the last 9.
Yeah. They're going to save. They should be like trying to chase this down, I feel like, because they've got full buys. They could at least sacrifice 2 people to go and try to kill Plopsky. But seem to be worried about some subversive move towards the arch into like a ninja defuse of some sort, so played it safe, can't blame them. And it looks like Existence will not be given a free map here. compLexity here now steadily getting back into the swing of things.
Yeah, remember at one point down 5-1, having just faced a reset.
He didn't want to uncrouch.
Yeah. 2 ops, and both of which pick up opening kills. So this is the 15th and final round of the first half, and the Opper's paradise, it seems, for Existence. They're going to continue their success with Batten pinned into the corner. He wins yet another duel, and Shazam's already been found out and tagged down. 12 health for him in a 1v3, and that is all she wrote. 8-7 the final score. A solid T-side from compLexity, considering how out of it they seemed in the opening 5 rounds.
They really did, dude. They were really dazed and confused, it felt like. So this is a good shout for them. I think, you know, that would be a terrible note to end the tournament on.
Yeah.
To just get decimated on a map you should be super favored on, and then just look good on yourself. So they made some good adaptations. You can see the kind of thought process behind the calling, moving into what they found out was exploitable. They do have the issue of never having played these players before. So there is
Very
that,
true.
you know, they are the more studied team of the two. So it's going to be pretty tough to be like, all right, well, what do they play like when we're on the server? Because Existence are like, okay, they watch a demo, they're like, oh, they do this, all right, we're going to do this. It's probably something that that compLexity cannot even prepare for, and that might have been the struggle, is learning as you go, hoping you get a pistol along the way, maybe luck out a rifle round so you can learn while you win. And they weren't afforded that, but they still made the most of it. So moving into the second half strong, 8-7, not a terrible place to be in. compLexity will need another map if they want to win this. Existence could potentially end this here and now. So we move out into the second pistol.
And once it come with decent amount of utility for an execute if Existence opts to, and a very curious Def offers up his head to pry out the windows. Shazam. Whoa, this is aggressive. Oh. Nice one tap. And he's going to continue on, but it's from the cubby that they pop up and then take compLexity aback.
Oh.
Both those players who had pushed down removed from the situation, and Bomb looks to head out towards the B site, but another couple of taps off of compLexity's pistols means they are in control, 3v2, but not in control of this B site, Mohan.
Yeah, so one important thing is Existence haven't picked up any USPs, which would make this after plant a whole lot more favorable. They've only got Glock, so you can expect some of the first bullets to be missed. So instead, they can try to retake map control. I like that they're peering down Banana here. They also have time on their side as the retake is going to come in a little bit delayed. Good flash as well, as now they move in. Crossfire in play. Barbar gets killed. Plopsky 1v3.
He's got himself the first. That's the tail end of the caboose. Another duel's picked up, but it's Stan off with the bomb. And now he's picked up that kit, which had fallen off of the teammate. Time so far ticked already. The next tap, gets Plopsky to peek.
Okay.
And he just dumps on him.
Wow.
That B site destroyed. Great after plant, and that's momentum early again here. Both pistols picked up by Existence.
Yeah, and with a clutch like that, again, something that could just rock your psyche, just get deep into your minds. Like, this is something that's going to be hard to forget. It should be a free round. It should be a 1v3, lock this down. It's just one player. You know where he is. All you have to do is kill him, and they couldn't do that with 3 chances. So, compLexity, you're running out of quarters.
Who carries change, Launders?
People who go to arcades.
You still go? No, I thought they shut them all down in Toronto.
They did shut them all down in Toronto. It's very sad that they did that.
Chomps.
They're still like the big chain arcades, but the small ones, they've gotten pushed out by big arcade.
Nothing will beat that Hong Kong arcade we went to, where you can smoke indoors.
Smoke indoors.
In the basement. It's a wild one. They're going to charge right past Ye, or at least they thought so. Not going to get past them at all. Grenade's going to do the damage, tagging him up. Ye, a single point of health, finally burnt alive.
Really like the utility there from Existence, getting right up to the half wall and then just throwing everything from there, just denying any kind of aggressive setup that compLexity could have. And even if they didn't get a kill, they would have done so much damage that it would have counted for them moving into whatever execute that they decide to go to. And Stanislaw trying to hold it down with the CZ, using some of his ammo, taking half damage in response. And what is this? It's a library crunch. Whoa. They're actually using this to go to B. What a way to circumvent the site. Instead of going through Arch, once they patch the arc position, you think, all right, they're just going to split this way. Hey, listen, guys, you made a cool play. Let's commit, all right? They could have actually gone B, caught him off guard. That's a perfect opportunity.
This is some 4-dimensional chess. FNS levels. Oh, but Shazam takes one to the dome. He does still have a teammate nearby. That's Android who walked forward. I mean, a deagle shot could take down the majority of these players, so it's not unrealistic to think that compLexity can contest this. Problem being now that the bomb is down and the retake's on with no kit. In deep, dug-in positions for existence. 2 within pit itself, 2 within the back of the bomb site. They welcome compLexity in so they can finish off this round.
Yeah, they've got good positions to hold from, where if it is going to be a pit save, you've got Android to try to just go for a YOLO peek and get some deagle damage in, potentially get a kill. And I get the exiting arch is something he could potentially cover as well, though he does let one go by. So now we'll see it. He's going to throw caution to the wind, drop his deagle to try to get some damage in. I think a really good flashbang to kick things off. And he gets all 3 kills. That's beautiful. Doesn't even die. Can go ahead and recover a gun as well. That is as good of an exit as you could possibly ask for.
Solid stuff from Android. Not only kicking back the cache of existence, but bolstering his own. Take a free AK any day of the week.
I think they did the mid pop flash to do a Halls pop. And they had Stanislaw at mid, threw it high over the wall, and then he peeked over and killed him in pit. So that's awesome.
Obviously, there's no buy coming in around this AK, but at least Android's primed to be that one catalyst rifle. Needs to be the carry, but he's lost his teammate just next to him.
Let's see what damage Android can do with this hard-earned AK.
Looked like he wanted to flirt around towards mid, but he'll put down the smoke instead. Still will hold his ground. Terrorists come forward, and it's there that Batten drops him. So now all the weapons removed as the MAC-10 hits the dirt. Ye will pick it back up. But unfortunately for compLexity, that AK is a goner.
He used a chain smoke here to, I think, get towards, where was the AK? Was it recovered?
Right near that smoke, unless Existence picked it up on the way.
Okay.
I think they chucked away one of the MAC-10s to retrieve it.
Very smart, very wise, very quick. And yeah, he's got no AKs nearby.
Poor guy. Chasing ghosts. No gun to be found, but I mean, he could still contest this pit position yet once more. Android picked up 3 frags. Why not throw a second hand?
Give it a shot. Why not? Yep, he's just going to swing right out before the bomb explodes, try to get some damage in. It's not even enough to net them a frag. Existence are healthy with 4 alive, and they are now again in the power position. Solid anti-eco after kind of a shaky previous one. So actually, no, it was a shaky previous one where Android got that 3-piece, obviously. Barbar being very animated about his calls at the moment. Doing well himself, 17-9. Been fragging out. Now let's see if compLexity CT aggression can be used to contrast what we saw from Existence and how they didn't really utilize. They were pretty one-dimensional on CT side, really relied heavily on just like falling back into the site, dealing with using a couple of good pop flashes to get what they wanted of it. Let's see what the difference is between compLexity and Existence. It is a rifle round. It's a little bit more passive, but it's bracket control that compLexity are more focused on.
We questioned whether Existence threw that counter banana control often enough. This would be a prime time for compLexity to do it because they'd see that everyone's leaving. I hope for compLexity's sake that they don't rotate this arch player too far away.
It's going to be an annoying mid-smoke where compLexity Existence, just after getting moved off of B, want to try to move into an A hit. Ye knows that his smoke was still good, and they probably wouldn't just come through it immediately, so he's got a few seconds to work with. They're going to go through this, huh?
Ye knows what's up. Lays down the Molotov. Here's a bit of chip damage, so he could be able to win the duel, you'd think.
Oh my god.
It's the MAC-10 of Zinkin to open up shop. Now they have wrapped around into the bomb site. Shazam's not going to connect a further kill, so Android, with all the work to do, falls at the hands of Barbar. Going above and beyond on this A hit. Leaves the B rotators to try and pick up pieces, but they're not even in position yet, and that bomb's a third of the way gone. This right here is a save, my friend.
Yeah, it's exit plans at this point. It's a strong round from Existence. Well done. And throwing a flash through a smoke at Arch is an antiquated play in a lot of situations. Sometimes you could get caught off guard. Someone could catch the end of the smoke, wait for the flash, and then peek out of Arch. In Ye's position, he was almost prepared to do that. Could have just gotten all those kills, made them look stupid, made us all wonder, well, does Existence have a T-side anymore? But instead, they were given enough space to actually run by. Not only that, but Ye goes down on an aim duel. He had every right in the world to win, where he was waiting for it, he wanted it, he knew exactly when it was going to be coming, the player was coming running at him, and he could pick any off angle possible, and he still died to the Mac 10, so mechanically, you know, goes down. And then the two players on the side, Shazam gets one at lane, and then after that, he gets flustered because the site gets swarmed. There's, again, no more Arch player to help them out, and his teammate in Pit has got to just fight for himself and can't even do that. So Android gets killed to close things out. compLexity call another tack pause to talk about things. That was kind of a rough round on CT side. I would chalk it up to some mechanical failures. I think that the utility usage was good from Ye. You know, he knew when the ball flash came through, all right, he's got to let them by because he can't stop the full brunt of the action. Right. Then he fell back to the correct spot, just needed to hit a shot. You know, Shazam gets a kill. Maybe he could have played his spot differently. But all in all, they kind of knew what to expect, and they didn't have terrible spots in the 2vx to deal with it. They were just down a man and missed a very important first kill.
This is very aggressive down mid. Def, one of the two M4 wielders here in this round, and the second one is Stanislaw. So both the M4s are actually the front runners of this setup for compLexity. The pistol's all behind them. That could be nice in the sense that it draws the attention of Existence further, and then they can swing wide. But unfortunately for Def, he's caught in the scope of Knock.
Yeah, this is the kind of patience you don't really see anymore on Inferno, where if you get smoked out of banana, you try to fight against it, or you circumvent the whole operation, decide to potentially focus on bracket, get up ult. But because they took so long, it made that player uncomfortable. It made Def very uncomfortable. Like, okay, well, first of all, he's saving, so you know, he's going to take a risk. And you know, that's the play that Existence want to make on an anti-eco. But then he's also worried about someone wrapping in through ult and then killing him that way, and that would be a stupid way to die. So he's like, you know what, let me just go for the peek. He actually was one of the only rifles of the round. Could have been a kill hat there too. Existence up 12-8 in the blink of an eye.
Right, this is moving forward very quickly. Full steam ahead. And that's now, I'm checking the scoreboard. Bon, this is compLexity with still zero CT rounds.
0 CT rounds. I thought yeah. Thought in my mind's eye I saw one round that they won. I can replay in my head, but maybe it was only one that came close. 5 rounds in a row, leading with the last round of the last half. The first 4 in this. No chinks in the armor just yet. Tack pause out for Existence. Cooling their own jets, even coming off a round win.
It's like the 3rd or 4th time they've done this.
Yeah, it's true. It worked for them previously. It's not something that you would traditionally see or expect to work, or, you know, you might be doing the other team a favor, but it worked for them.
It's a philosophy. Do you stop things when you quit? Oh, no.
Oh, whoa. Oh, Zinky gets lagged. Unfortunate for Shazam. Prime opportunity. Yeah.
Spotted and called, so good for him to just get out of there as fast as possible. You don't want to linger around at all. Existence have this tendency to be swarmed and coupled together, especially straight out of spawn, but whoa, it's a pop flash downwards. Oh. Just chucked at the floor, and Batten hits Shazam with a drive-by from door. Here's Ye with an off angle. He's nailed himself a couple. Can't manage that 3rd frag, but at least there's substantial damage for the remainder of Existence. Android,
oh my God.
Great spray continuation, but it's not going to chance to clutch.
Even winning with 1 is a pretty big loss. So they're going to try to take this 2-on-1 in the post plant, survive with both, and there's still a chance that Knock could seal this up. Knock, show us what you could do. 1v2, big stage with the most pressure.
He's not watching that smoke any longer. Playing with the corner, which is exactly where he catches.
Oh my God!
And a slick flick. He's got himself the clutch. A 13th for Existence. 5-round lead. compLexity, battered, broken, and bruised.
It's the tap water. It's the tap water for sure. As that was clean.
Hot damn.
Holy, that was some JW type stuff. He's even got the Karambit. What can you do about that?
Nothing.
That's a deathmatch flick.
Yeah. I mean, you expect him to peek wide, you know, Stan catches him off guard, dodge the first bullet, clear him in the open. When you peek that barrel from pit, it's such an exposed position. Like, even your biggest piece of cover, a barrel that goes up to your hips, is made of wood. Like, you get peppered, you get caught, the op on cycle, you're screwed.
That flick was a hangover cure.
I feel great.
I feel like I survived an eggnog challenge. And compLexity take the pots.
Yeah, and
they
for
want
good
to slow
reason.
it down. Yeah, yeah.
And like I said, broken and bruised, because the meaning behind that is this situation they face now. Pistols. Sure, they have some grenades, 3 pieces of Kevlar, 1 helmet to go around, and they face a full-fledged x6tence Galaxy.
Still thinking about that flick, aren't you?
A little bit, yeah. I'm licking my chops.
Oh, man. They bought. They still have some money left over, so don't be too alarmed. They've got armor, but they still have some money left over. So just trying to split the difference. But it looks like x6tence are onto the greener pasture. They've picked the B site. It's Shazam all alone with a deagle. Could be a redemption arc for him.
Problem for Def is that a player's already gotten across.
Yeah. Oh, look, they spotted mid, so the rotations are going to come out. This is the time to strike.
Oh. That closest player actually not punishing the Coffin's position. Def's going to face some spam. Manages to get away unscathed. Rotations are over. There's substantial damage going actually back versus the T's. 3 of the 5 hit up quite heavily, and it's Def with a double assist now. 1 from the frag and a follow-up deagle.
They could still plant coffins with the bomb here. They did drop it, so that was a really well-placed nade from the CTs. 3v5, I'd be concerned. They can't push this too quickly. A lot of damage dealt to Zinkin, but he gets away with his life, which is more important.
That's full banana control. At some point, Nox going to double back, being the man on 100 health. Zinkin just 1 HP, gets himself the headshot immediately, and Barbar follows suit with 3.
Man, he just doodles all over them.
A Plopski.
A Plop just takes just the poopski on.
Damn, x6tence. Is this going to be a flawless half to finish? This would be DreamHack history, by the way. Never has the North American and European qualified team gotten into the top 4 simultaneously.
Oh, interesting.
And this would be it. I'm telling you, it's the
cool
magic in this Yon-shipping air. I could smell it.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be the water. It really might be.
It's a bit of both.
Yeah, a bit of both.
Clean Swedes. And a clean sweep so far on this T side. What a turnaround, too, because we saw compLexity put together that momentum in the first half. They seemed out of it at the start, and I thought, well, maybe this would happen yet again. You know, pistol conversions, sure.
I found another backwards hat player.
Who?
On x6tence.
Oh, no. Not just easy tag?
Yeah, and he's at this tournament, Connor.
Well, there's only 2 then, Longers.
There's only 2 in the whole world, and they're here at this very land.
Both of which looking to book a ticket into the semifinals.
I wouldn't mind x6tence Galaxy stickers. Like those in Hollow, those would be sick.
Hot damn.
Yeah.
Pop flash to the top of mid. They're going to look to just charge forward now. Molotov denies any entry towards Arc, you would think, but they decide to just run through it. They put out the flames, and Shazam puts out the push. Nock will trade it back eventually, but there's still 2 defenders within the A site to deal with.
Yeah,
and they're going to play back-to-back.
They're not in pit, though. Oh my god. Are they going to know he's here?
No. Android comes wide, drops bomb, buys time. Then he even gets another. Great multi-frags, but it goes both ways. And it's back down into the clutch. Stan coming in from behind. At what point does Batten turn around?
Yeah, I don't know. The safe plant means that he's not going to seek out the information. Did he try to put it down? Is Stan right around the corner? Will he commit to it? Yeah, he comes in for the spray and seals it up. Close call. And so much damage. I mean, even though they're going to, even this round, you know, they're not even going to have a lot to buy for this round. Interesting play, I'd say, going not only through that Molotov, which was thrown so early that you'd think, okay, why would we take full damage going through this, into the op of Shazam, and then naturally not being able to trade that well because he has a huge favor there. Questionable to try it, but they've got so many rounds to work with, you can't harp on a round like that too much.
Good grenade exchange back and forth. How many players are tagged up and no one's seen a target? Oh, now they're going to charge it.
Oh, we saw that flash.
Flopsy, close proximity. Doesn't find Def, who actually manages to escape towards Stan, boosting him up onto the planter.
That was good, because Plopsky saw the flash coming over top, and Def used it to escape instead of trying to peek. Could have cost him his life.
An opportunist.
Oh. That bait, obviously, is just to take attention away from the guy who's boosted. Then we have to rotate around to Coffins naturally. Doesn't mean they shouldn't clear it. This is still a position that goes uncleared all too often.
Oh boy, Def's gonna get it all done. Double MP9 kill. Stanislaw now emerges from the top of the planter, tries to continue on with the spray, but luckily Shazam is here for complexity. Batten's gonna swap out the AKs. He's sitting on 3 frags. Could get all 5. Gunning for the ace to secure OT at the least. Android walking forward. There's no longer a gap in the smoke. And Batten doesn't know which way he's got off to, but he will prioritize plant. And now his gun's back up.
Oh my god. Oh, this is going to be a very unreadable position. This is good move from Batten.
He had the 1v4 clutch on Nuke. Now he's gunning for the ace in the depths of this second map. It would destroy Complexity's cache. It would leave them hanging out to dry, and he's got it! Android looks the wrong way.
That was just so smartly done. When the bomb was planted on the right side of the site like that, you think that guy either could have gone to banana with the amount of time remaining, which could have sealed it up, or he could have gone to quad. Sitting out in the open in pool, who would anticipate that? Not Android, that's for sure. So not only did he did a good job with the Molotov and a good job in the 1v3, was 1v3, was it even 4?
1v3 at least.
1v3 at the minimum. But the utility usage was there, the shots were hit, the smart plays were made, and that was incredible. We've seen so many clutch rounds at this tournament. Like, I feel like this is the most clutch rounds I've seen in a tournament in the last year. I feel like
1v3
some of the
ace.
1v3s, 1v3 with the ace.
Correct.
Pretty unbelievable.
Checking
and
the
it's
kill
always
feed.
been like a really nice 1v1 to top it off.
And you know what's ridiculous on top of it, Mohan? That 1v3 ace round comes directly after Complexity's first CT win.
With one player alive.
Brutalized and potentially done for, potentially dead in the water. Complexity going to be grasping at straws at this point. A single MP9 makes the difference, and Stanislav CZ close gets 2. Plopsky's got this smoke to work around, but it's the flashbang that bothers him, and he's caught with a frag in hand. This one's not over yet.
It almost never is, you know, so yeah, it's 2v4, but yeah, Existence have done it before. I can't help but assume that they've still got a chance.
CZ from above. Ye cuts it down yet once more, and 5 more rounds potentially here for Complexity. It would need to be a spree of 6.
Yeah, they've got to dig deep, and this is only to get to Mirage.
Right.
This is just to get to map 3.
Just to get to overtime.
Just to get to overtime. If that isn't daunting, I don't know what is.
Facing quite some tribulation. Full buy back up for Complexity. This is not the haphazard buy we had in the previous round. It's full-fledged and full force.
Oh, interesting. That where's that smoke land at? Did it bounce a little bit too far? Okay, there. The Def could actually stand in front of it. So it doesn't deny what they wanted it to. Knock took a little bit of spam damage there. There's nobody in the halls to hold down long haul. Shazam getting smoked off of his spot at mid. And this is going to make it seem like to Complexity that Existence have a whole lot more than they have. But I do like that they have sanctioned out a bit of money just for the extra nades. They have so many on this eco. It's nice to see.
They are primed in the apartment. Complexity just going to look to keep them at bay. Already Android with 1. Ye comes out from pit as well. So solid impact, solid hold. Complexity, they're ready for it. The grenades help the attempt at an execution, but when you're at a disadvantage with guns, those AKs just clean up shop. Again,
so there are a number of things Existence can do on a round like this. They've got a few rounds to work with. They haven't tested banana fully. They haven't tested mid fully. They've probably overplayed Arch a little bit, so that might be something they don't want to try again, especially not going through a smoke or going through nades or running into the opposite Shazam, continually testing it. Shazam has missed some of those first duels, which has been a problem for sure, but after after that, if he's able to survive, he sometimes gets that kill. And oh my god, there was an opportunity to take him out early. That would have definitely opened Arch back up, thrown it right back into the playbook. But for now, that's not going to be the case. No, not much early damage dealt, but not too many nades expelled for the CTs as well. Doing a good job of holding on to it. Kind of pushing back the start of the round by holding on to their utility.
Just as the smoke grenade fades, Def
ooh, it's a second angle too, yeah.
It's going to make a difficult B retake if A does fall.
Look at the bomb. Okay, they just wanted to clear that out. Oh, Def. Is he by himself? Are they going to flash through this? Is there just going to be a blind op shot through the smoke? We've seen it before.
He sees the legs.
And the off goes on cycle. Flash goes out, and they hightail it.
50 seconds, and it's going to draw a rotator back from compLexity. Shazam, that second opper coming now, but they've lost their anchor and batten. So I think they're just going to go all in.
Yeah.
I think that has to be the play. Sure, there's two snipers in
position.
position.
Two ops rotated in a B.
They've just got to get past it. The smoke grenades are going to facilitate this, Launders. They charge right in. Barbar even has the back line, but luckily Def's here, and Def's going to lock it down for at least a little bit longer. 30 seconds up. Bomb still not on the site. And things come to a grinding halt until finally the plant is activated.
Yeah.
So many CTs already in position, but Plopsky takes them aback. The flank's been cleared as well. This looks like it. This seems as though Existence Galaxy books their ticket to the playoffs. It's all on Stanislaw to lead by example, and it's not gonna happen. DreamHack history in Jönköping. And the Swedes go wild as they should. A team to root for, an underdog story that we all do love.
They absolutely should rejoice. It's fantastic.
And an upset over compLexity.
Well done, man. That was really good. I mean, no, compLexity don't look in top shape for sure, but that was them winning on Nuke, them winning on Inferno. 2 comfort picks for compLexity. Should have definitely been better. And Existence, not only did they do well and just keep up tactically, but the individual clutches that they had were so impressive. Those are all going to be watched by these players for years, you know? Those are memorable moments.
If I'm not mistaken now, too, Launders, I think the winner of this matchup actually gets to face Bravado.
Bravado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild. Fantastic stuff.
First coming off.
Oh, I'm too hot. I'm too hot after that one. A 2-0 upset here for Existence Galaxy. Congratulations to them. Poor compLexity going to have to take this on the chin, but let's hand it over to our analyst experts, and they'll break it down for you.
And so the Christmas miracle continues here in Jönköping. Some Swedes have found that sweet, sweet victory here over compLexity, sending them home, packing it up, get them out of here, get back to the airport, because they're on their way back to where they came from. It's over for them here, but for what it's worth, let's start talking about what the Swedes have accomplished. Coming in new.
That was really impressive display from the Swedes. I think they played way better than I expected. I think obviously compLexity didn't have the best game, but I think they get outmatched in pretty much, I wouldn't say all aspects of the game, but close to many of them, especially individually skill-wise. I like the way Barbar came out in the interview with HLTV before this game and said that he thinks individually not a lot of teams can stop these guys. Individually, not a lot of teams are better than we are, and I think that was showcased to its full force here.
And I completely agree. I think the Catalyst was the first map they won today. The first game where they played against LDLC. Once that happened, they're like, we can beat them, we can out-aim them. I'm just going to talk a little bit about the individual players here. Firstly, Nock is such a boss, right? This guy just consistently frags all the time. We also spoke about Plopsky. He was there in the server as well. He was doing a lot of work. And now this guy, Botten, he was kind of quiet comparatively earlier today and yesterday as well, but today he came with so many clutch moments. The number of entries he was getting on the T side of Inferno, winning duels against much more tenured players, right? Like the players in compLexity. And then of course Barbar himself, old guy, a veteran in the scene, the oldest guy in the team, and he was fragging out of his mind on the T side of Inferno as well. All things considered, they were the better team today. They played really good Counter-Strike. Yes, compLexity, we're lacking a little bit, but I don't want to take away anything from these guys. These guys, at least, you know what? I'm right now a fan of these guys.
Yeah, definitely agree. And again, we can just point out the fact that compLexity did not have their best game. Like, this is a team, we saw like similar situation to the Uptick guys right now, where it's a team that we've seen peak. It's a team that we know can do way better than they're doing right now. But the fact of the matter is that they're not playing up to their best race.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate the path that they're on right now, or what they're going to have to do and kind of face some of those demons that they're kind of dealing with. Whatever the holdup there is, That's a little bit more their problem than ours. So in fact, at this time, we're gonna have the chance to set the bar a little bit higher on our end by talking to Barbar himself. My man, congratulations. What a roller coaster that must have been.
Yeah, well, a lot of feelings right now, you know, and it's just so fun to be here and play in front of everyone. And of course, we don't hear the audience really when we're in the booth. But no, it's just amazing. I'm pretty lost for words, and we're waiting in a semi-final against Bravado. This can go all the way, yeah.
So let me ask you, man, because just from what we can see from here, there's got to be some family in the audience. Is that right?
Yeah, there's a lot of family in the audience. Yeah, you probably hear them back there, you know. And no, it's super happy. I think it's giving energy to the guys also, seeing their fathers or mothers are backstage, you know, and everything like this. So it's just it's amazing. And yeah, what a tournament we're doing.
Yeah. One thing which I was very curious about, right? Like I mean, you're going to be playing the semifinals, right? You won the first game, getting to the second game. You did say you guys were like feeling confident that you can actually take these fights against, you know, more known teams and players. You're feeling very confident. But at the end of the day, it's still nerves, right? You're playing with your home crowd in front of you. The pressure is kind of there, even though you might say that, you know, we have nothing to lose. There's still the pressure there because now you can really make this tournament, you know, something really special for you guys. So were there moments in both those maps and both those games when things were looking a little shaky here and there, and where like the players feeling a little fidgety, where they're like, you know, maybe over-peaking a little bit here and they're making a couple of small little mistakes? And because I saw you talking to them a lot in between the rounds as well. So did you have to do a little bit of like, you know, calming them down and trying to talk them through some of those rounds?
Yeah, of course, you know, in a game you gotta adapt and then tune the strats you're doing or what side you're hitting. But we knew they were getting desperate when we were winning a lot of rounds. They're getting more and more desperate, going down mid on Inferno, for example, or tried some individual plays. That we knew, and I think they were really telegraphed today, to be honest. I don't know, we stacked up sites and then stuff like this, and it was really easy without any fakes against any site and everything. So I think they made it pretty easy for us. I don't know if they tried to out-aim us or whatever they tried, but today we were stronger, I think.
There's no doubt that you guys are playing the best Counter-Strike that at least I have seen from you guys ever. You should know better than we do. Is there an extra gear to this lineup? Can you go even further than the semifinal?
I think so. Of course, we're waiting Bravado also, who qualified from the open bracket also, and yeah, I don't see them as impossible. They played some good CS, beat some good teams, and I saw they're playing some solid CS actually, you know. So no, we take game for game, map for map, and as boring as it sounds, we gotta do that.
Sure. Just one last thing, Blobsky, you went out in an interview with HLTV and said that he was potentially better than Broland. Let's not draw into that, but how good is this kid?
This kid was global elite when he was 12 years old.
Wow.
Pretty much. So yeah, but he was. But anyway, no, he's a real talent, but we win as a team today. I think they carried me on Nuke and. Yeah, pretty much. No, Plopsky and all the guys, his talents. They're young guys, you know. Everyone is young, and I mean, you saw the knock almost breaking his own wrist a couple of times, also, you know. So it's just amazing to be around and teaching these kids a couple of things. No, I'm super happy, super happy.
Well, he was definitely knocking them down, one might even say. And what I've got to ask you, man, the last question. What do you think about avocados?
About avocados?
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice, I guess. What do you think?
Well, you know, because the spam the avocado is what Bravado is going to be running off of. That's their lifeline, their fuel. So I was wondering kind of what your take is before we get into that one. But either way, congratulations, man, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Nice trace.
What, man? It's just a real question. I like avocados. Maybe he does too. Maybe we could kind of like.
Honestly,
yeah, I don't like them.
It's the most overrated thing ever.
So, in my mind, it's a good way to alleviate having a dry sandwich, right? Because nobody on their right minds would want a dry sandwich.
Have you heard about ranch?
Yeah, big
it's
fan.
pretty good, huh?
Yeah, but it's not really made for sandwiches unless it's like a buffalo chicken sandwich.
Let's not dwell into that.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're getting me a little excited, but I'm also a little bit excited to tell you about this next little piece right here. Music Helpin' is definitely in season. In fact, it's a human rights project and a one-week marathon broadcast dedicated to raising awareness and funds for an underreported human catastrophe.
Catastrophe.
Catastrophe, my God, I haven't said that in a long time. This year's campaign will focus on people with disabilities, one of the world's most marginalized groups. Any contribution is more than welcome. So go to the link on your screen. That's right, you see it right there on your screen. I could tell you how to say that maybe, like in a stretched out way, but the reality is you just need to type that link in your browser, or do yourself a favor and look at the Twitch chat right now. Load it up, because it's gonna be popping in there with this link. I can assure you that. Someone will be spamming it in there momentarily. And yes, it's for a good cause. I can support that, I can get behind that. I think that's a great thing. And moreover, we might as well get to the next great thing that we have going on here. One more best of 3, one more elimination game. And are you guys excited? Give me something. Give me some, give me some energy.
I think we get to see G2 now go up against a well-playing Ents. We have potentially, we do have a rematch from the first round of this tournament. And I think we have a barn, what is it called, like a barn burner?
A barn burner.
A barn burner of a best of 3 coming up.
Yeah, I agree. Let's just take a moment here to just digest the fact that we have Bravado and x6tence in the semifinals.
How does that make you feel?
Not the Belgian type either.
Special.
Special?
Yeah, it feels like very warm inside. You know?
You're not a special kid, man.
Oh.
Right. I'm going to let you guys figure that over there. And in the meantime, we're going to be going to a quick break. We come back. That's right. One more BO3. It's going to be Ents. It's going to be G2 fighting for their lives here. Make sure you don't go anywhere, because the conclusion of our day starts when we come back.